Rocknicks are humming in the dead of the night. Electric bills climbing, ain't feeling right. Hash rates dropping, profits thin as air. I'm digging for gold, but there's none down there. I got the crypto mining blues, feeling like I just can't choose. But there's a spark in the AI glow. Rent my computer, let the profits grow. Once I was king with my GPUs. Now I'm stuck paying the power dues. Every coin I mine feels heavier than lead, but I hear whispers of a future ahead. I got the crypto mining blues, feeling like I just can't lose. Switch my power to the AI flow, turn this burden into a glow. I see the light, it's flickering on. AI's calling my machines to respond. No more digging in the blockchain dirt. This pivot might just heal the hurt. I got the crypto mining blues, but I'm stepping in brand new shoes. The AI train's on a steady roll, gonna recompute and regain control.
I was digging deep in the digital ground, hoping for treasure, but nothing was found. The rigs were buzzing, the heat was real. Electric bills biting like a thief who steals. The crypto mining blues got me feeling low. The profits are gone, where did they go? But there's a light shining through the haze. Renting compute might just save my day. I stacked up GPUs, thought I'd strike it rich, but the market's a beast with a wicked glitch. Hash rates climbing, rewards falling flat. Chasing that coin, I'm chasing a cat. Crypto mining blues got me feeling low. The profits are gone, where did they go? But there's a light shining through the haze. Renting compute might just save my day. AI knocking, it's a brand new game, whispering sweet that it knows my name. Ran out the power, let it learn and dream. A smarter hustle, a brand new scheme. Now my GPUs hum a different tune, training models under the cyber moon. No more digging, no more feudal race, just AI visions lighting up the space. Crypto mining blues got me feeling low. The profits are gone, where did they go? But there's a light shining through the haze. Renting compute might just save my days. Now my GPUs hum a different tune, training models under the cyber moon. No more digging, the space.
Howdy, howdy, howdy. Welcome to the Voltage Drop. Good to see you, everybody. Appreciate you guys being here. Might be having a few guests tonight. Nobody's showing up yet, but we got a bunch of things to talk about tonight anyway. You know what about. I put it in the description as well as the thumbnail. But let's see who is here. We have John Germain, who is here first. Black Hat Team, Frogman Mining, Bytes Forge, probably Bytes Forge. It's starting. Be quiet. Be very, very quiet. Dakota Miner, Crypto MB, the one, the only Integra guy, 041, the original. He's back. Cry Seeker. And Ed Torres. Happy Saturday to everybody. Happy Christmas season. As you can see, it's in full swing here. Man, it didn't feel that way during the week, though. Man, it was a rough week. Rough week at work. Definitely a rough week at work. My voice is like this because of work. Basically let out a huge yell when I left work on a certain night last week when I was really frustrated. So I have a little bit of a hoarse voice. It's getting better. The next day, it sounded like I was sick when, in fact, I wasn't. But it is getting better. So slowly but surely, I'll get my voice completely back to the way it was. But it's been a busy and productive week. I did forget to take a picture of that rig, but I installed another 5090. I finally installed 2 more 5060 Ti's that I've had for probably about a month. And then I did get this monstrosity. Whoops, kind of need that. This thing, I gotta like pull it back so you can see the whole box. It is, let's see if I can do it in such a way that you can, there you go. Now you can see it. Supreme Liquid. It's basically a 5090 AIO. And, no, I'm not going to open it because I haven't decided whether I'm going to keep it, resell it, or send it back. The original reason why I got that was because I needed a less than 3 slot card in order to put 3 cards in my Threadripper. I've mentioned that before. But I did get a Founders Edition. And this came earlier than I thought. I was kind of debating, well, should I cancel it? Should I not cancel it? But I have until January 31st to return it because it was bought during the Christmas season. So Amazon will take it back up until the 31st. It was $2,800. And now when you go to Amazon, I think they are either completely sold out or selling only through resellers at this point. I'm going to actually look it up real quick. MSI Supreme Liquid 5090. Let's see here. No, it appears that they do have it back in stock, but instead of being 2,800, let's see. Oh, interesting. I'm not signed in. It's exclusive for Prime members, first of all. So you can't even order it unless you're a Prime member. And then I'm pretty sure, I'm gonna sign in. Are you gonna make me? You are gonna make me do this. They now have a second, verification. Of course, it's not coming up and doing anything. It's just sitting there. Oh, come on. Okay, now please enter the code that has been sent to your phone. Okay. All right. What are you doing? My computer is acting really goofy right now. Let's try it again.
Machines can crash and tempers can flare. Electric bills bite, but we're too far to care.
All right, let's try that. See if it goes through. No. All right. Yeah, it is for just. So, like I said, I bought it for $2,800 or $2,799, and now it's over $250 more. And it is sold through Amazon, so the price has already gone up considerably. So that's why I was thinking maybe I'll flip this thing. I don't know. Haven't decided yet, but oh, look at that. That was part of the problem. Windows was looking for a pin code for some reason, but anyway. So I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it, but it is a monstrosity. I couldn't believe how big the box was. I mean, it is a 3-fan rad, the 360 rad. So yeah, it's pretty big. Deparsh, welcome. CD Torres, Black Hat Team. Is not Jack Smith tall? Jack Smith tall. Okay, I'm not sure who. Yusuf Putz is here. $250 is not enough to flip it, is basically what you're saying. It's not enough to like make it totally worth my while, but if there's a viewer or somebody that wants to, say, well, I'd rather buy it from you than from Amazon. I don't know why they'd want to do that, but I don't know. I'm probably going to end up returning it, but because I am getting on Tuesday, I'm going to be getting an MSI 5090 Trio, and that one actually will replace one of my 4090s so that I can start to maintain a few GPUs that have fans that have gone bad. And those are rented, so I need to make a quick switch. The 4090 single rig that I have is rented, but that is actually coming up like a few days after Christmas. So I can wait for that to expire and then swap out the GPU in that, and then start swapping a 4090 out in a bunch of other rigs. So, and then at some point I am going to see how I might actually do this first. I'll probably do this first before I start doing the swapping out, since I'll get it next Tuesday. I can do the test prior, but I want to see how a 5090 does with an i7 7700. So it's 7th gen i7 with 64 gigs of RAM, and also on PCIe 3.0. So we'll see how that goes, but I'm going to try that on Salad, and I want to see if it does get pretty easily rented, because that'd be pretty interesting, because right now I have like an old mining motherboard. It's like a Z270 or something, and it'd be pretty cool if I could do that. Right now I do have it on Salad, but it's running with like a 3060 or a 3060 Ti. I think actually that one's got the 3060 in it, and it's currently running with 32 gigs of RAM. So what I'll do is I'll take 32 gigs of RAM out of another motherboard that I have on Salad and make that one just that 164 and see how it does. So yeah, 7th gen is old. Yes, it is old. That's kind of the point of the experiment, is will a brand new GPU get rented using really, that's probably like 7-year-old hardware. So will it get rented? Maybe if it's even longer than that. I'm not sure how old 7th gen is. Well, hey, let's look it up. I don't want to do that one. Let's go here. All right. My new favorite, Claude. How old is Intel 7th gen CPUs. Let's see what it says. Pretty simple question. I think I have faith that it will. It is 8 to 9 years old. Wow. They were announced in August 2016, began shipping in the second quarter of 2016. They were probably announced at CES 2016. So we're actually going on almost 10 years old. Although the mobile versions were released mid 2016, desktop versions were released January 2017. So I guess that's basically 9 years old. Yeah, that's pretty old. That's why I want to see if they'll work. I want to see if I can actually get them rented. Be pretty interesting. Wait a minute, 10 cents an hour for a 4090. Scott Rhodes, what platform? Ugh. I'd be really curious which platform you're on. I've talked about Vast. Vast is if you are verified, it's like bottom end is like 25 cents is what you can get rented for. You do need a track record. You need good reliability, all those things. But yeah, right now I'm rented between 24 and 26 cents on my 4090s. Okay, Yusuf, you should know me better than that. I do not lie because I don't like to keep track of lies. So can I say it's 14? Can I say 14th gen is old? No, I can't say that. Anyway, I'm not sure what your point is, Yusuf. Not the first time you've confused me. Let's see. All right, let me go back up a little bit. So 9th gen is about the best PCIe 3 with some higher speed XMP DDR4 support, X8 by X8 bifurcation. Think Gigabyte Z390 gaming SLI or SLI boards that can run full i9. Yeah, I mean 7th gen only went up to i7. Didn't even, well, if it did go anything above that, I couldn't use it because the board I was on was only good enough to power like a 65 watt processor. It didn't have the I was gonna say VRAMs, but that's not it. VRMs to drive a more powerful processor. And I don't think 7th gen had i9s. All right, let's see. Let me go back, see if anybody has shown up. Nope, nobody's shown up yet. Automatic Beats, good to see you, sir. John Germain says, I built a dual Xeon 8175M computer with 96 threads. Nice, 48 cores, so dual. So yeah, 24 cores, 48 threads per. Nice. But it doesn't rent. Well, it's not about unless you're on Clore. I think Retro Mike was saying like Clore will rent out CPU better than the other platforms, but I could be wrong. Scott Rhodes on Salad. Yeah, I mean, Salad, I know lowered their payouts recently to get more rentals. So yeah, it's when things are slow, it is kind of a race to the bottom. So yeah, and I always wonder like how much of a cut Salad is taking. If that's the reason why they're paying out less, not that they're cutting their prices so much, but that they just maybe have more overhead and they need that overhead in order to cover their payroll. I don't know. Not sure. Oh, just tell Vast it's 14th gen. Well, first of all, you can't tell Vast. It senses what it is. So, no, it doesn't work that way. Plus, they do a bandwidth test on your machine. They see like what kind of performance it is. So it really doesn't matter what your processor is, what your GPU is. It's going to be measured based upon the performance that it has. So, oh, you're trying to rent an Octaspace. I'm trying to remember which platform it was that Retro Mike said that he had decent luck renting just CPU only. It might have been Octaspace. I don't remember. It's been a while. That's not kind of my it's not my target market. Yeah. Ice Lake, KB Lake, Haswell, Sky Lake, those are all old. Yes. It, like I said, that's what I'm saying. It's an experiment. Let's see. I'll put a 5090 on it and see what happens. Yeah, Yusuf, it's not worth it to me. Not worth it. Not worth it at all. Rizzo, good to see you, sir. Good to see you. So anyway, so what I ended up doing this week is I actually had all the stuff last week except for one thing. I needed a C19 to C20 cable in order to power the second power supply for my Threadripper my Threadripper system. So I had two 5090s on it that I actually had to take the power down on because Threadripper plus two 5090s is really too high if somebody decides that they're going to rent it and try to push it to 575 and 575 and actually try to use the CPU at the same time, which is 350. You do the math, you're definitely way above the 80% rule, and you get any transients with the workloads, and that thing's just going to reboot endlessly. So I took them down to like 450 while I was just, getting it set up and getting some reliability on the platform. But then I put in a second 1500 watt power supply that is running two 5090s, and then one is running the other one. And the way that I did this was in the first slot, I said it'd be great if I had a picture, right? I don't. Forgot to take one. But in the first slot, I have the Founders Edition. So that opened up access to the second slot. The third slot, you can put anything in that because it's just going to hang off. It's not blocking anything. So there's a GPU directly in the slot. But in that second slot, you can't put something in there because there's only a 2-slot space. So even if you put a Founders Edition there, then you are going to basically have it right up against the other card. So you're not going to have, unless you have another Founders Edition right next to it so that they can pull airflow through it all the way, you're going to have a problem. You just wouldn't be able to do it. So unless you had 3 Founders Edition, it's not going to work right. Anyway, so what I did was I got a ribbon cable that basically gets slotted in and then comes up and over the other GPU, and then I lay this GPU over here upside down so that the ribbon cable just goes directly into the top, which is normally the bottom. And so it did it that way. There was somebody, and I can't remember, he's a small YouTuber. When I say small, I mean like less than 1,000 subs. I wish I could remember him so I could promote him, but good YouTuber. But I got the idea for doing it that way from him, and it's been running great. Now, I haven't been rented yet because it's still less than right around 97% reliability. And I haven't like completely dropped the price. I'm hoping that once it hits 99 that it will get verified, since it's 3 5090s. Multiple GPU rigs typically will get verified quicker than single GPUs. So hopefully that one gets verified quickly, but got that one up and running. And that one was actually pretty darn easy. There really wasn't much to it. More the space constraints and where to put what where, and it was more the hardware getting put in correctly rather than the software or anything like that. Oh, wait a minute. What am I talking about? Not exactly. I totally forgot about this. So I put the third one in, and it was NVIDIA-SMI. Everything was showing in the system that it was good, but Vast wasn't recognizing it. So went to support and ran through a whole bunch of things with this person. And this person's like, I don't know why, but for some reason you're on an old version of the daemon and it's not updating it. So the best advice I can give you is start from scratch, reload Ubuntu, and do everything and reload from scratch. I said, yeah, but I'm gonna have to restart from zero on the reliability. He's like, no, you don't. I'm like, yes, I do, because you guys changed things. He's like, well, we changed it back. Like, really? So now they're back to the old way that if you save your machine IDs, and for some reason something goes bad and you need to reload it, you can reload the original machine ID and keep your reliability. So I thought that was pretty cool. And that just happened like within the last week or so. So that's a change. So I'm really glad about that. But anyway, once I reloaded everything, then I was able to Vast recognize the third one like right away. So yeah, I know, I see you there. I see you there. Just give me a second. Just gonna finish the story. Patience, my young Padawan. So anyways, that was pretty much the end of the story. But yeah, so now it's up and running, not rented yet. It's definitely a slow time of year being around the holidays. But everything considered, I'm pretty happy with how much. Last week was about $850. My top week is like $875. Now I do have more hardware than I had when I had my top week at $875. So it's still rented about 60% of the hardware, something like that. So it's got a ways to go, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see how things transpire as we head into the new year, and hopefully there'll be more demand going into the new year. Alrighty, my friend over here is a little impatient, so let me switch over, and I have to make a few changes here. So hold on 1 minute. Okay. You guys can hear him moving around. Can you guys still hear me?
Yo.
What up?
What do you got?
I've had this for like 3 weeks, still on the, not even shrink wrapped.
Which one is that? I can't see.
16 gig Shadow. I paid
Oh,
like
the MSI. Got it.
$360 for it, new.
I was like, is that mic like rising as I see it?
Yeah, it's like it's all right, listen.
I was almost thinking, is that like an AI mic? Is that like a fake mic like rising right in front?
No, so I'm in this room is a mess. It's like my man cave, office, game room, work room. It's really annoying, but shed construction is starting on Friday and my studio will be complete by New Year's.
Nice.
So yeah, by the time we go to CES, I'll have a full YouTube studio with nothing in it. So it's good, it's exciting, but my crypto mining shed will be dead starting Monday. So I'm gonna do one final video in it. They're taking all the vents out, taking all the fans out, turning it back into a room.
Cool. So you're actually having somebody do all the work.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna take a lot. Like honestly, it's gonna take it's not the fastest to do. Like they literally have to take a whole wall out of the shed because there's so many holes in it because of the ventilation and stuff. So, and they're gonna take some of the 240s and turn them into 120s, just so it's more useful to have. Because I don't need 200 amps of power in that room anymore.
No, you definitely don't. Not with what you're doing in there.
No, but good news is, and you'll like this, when I get back from CES, I'm going to upgrade to 2 gig internet, and I'm going to redo my garage, which will take me about a week or two, and then I'm going to get my AI farm up. We're going to go on Vast and maybe some, like a salad rig, and we're never going to take it down.
And you're going to get some real networking equipment.
Yeah, I have to talk to you about that. You know, we'll be chatting, and you got to help me with that. So
yeah, it's interesting because our conversations have sparked some consulting conversation about networking. So I've actually been making suggestions to people. I do love Ubiquity because Ubiquity just makes it easy. Networking is not like, you don't want to tinker with your network. You just want your network to work. You set it and forget it.
But how much is that going to cost me?
So if you're getting a 2 gig, you're I would say you're definitely going to want to get the Cloud Gateway Max. That's $279 right now.
So I need to give you an idea, right? I'm gonna need something for my rentals. I'm gonna need something for my shed, and I'm gonna need something for my house. And
right, but they're all going to be connected to the same router.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it'll start off in the garage, which I want to split. Like, I mean, I still have these 1 gig networking switches that I can still like in the shed. I could still make use of that. I don't need 2 gigs in my shed.
You could, but here's the thing: that Cloud Gateway Max, that's $279 right now. It's $279. It has 2 10 gig SFP plus ports, which means you do need modules for them to make them work. They're like $40-$50 or something like that. They're not super expensive, but that's 2 of those. But anyway, you have a 10 gig WAN port, which can go all the way down to 2. It's not a problem there. But there's your WAN port, and then you have 4, because it comes with like basically like a switch in there, but it's only 4 ports, but they're all 2.5 gig.
Okay.
You can kind of use it as an aggregation switch and router, and then have 1 cable going to each one of your switches that you want. You can get switches or reuse the switches you have. You just won't be able to manage those switches. And when you
they were never managed anyway, if we're being honest.
No, I know, but the thing is with VLANs, it's a little bit different. If each one of your switches will always be on nothing but the same VLAN, no big deal. You can manage the VLAN at the port at the router, and then anything going out of that one port going to your AI will just have to all go to the same switch.
So how much you think it'll cost me to do it right? Like for my house, to do my house right?
You said 3 different areas, right?
And I'm gonna drop the one internet. Like I'm going down. My job was like, all right, time to cancel your other internet. And I said they're giving me till February 1st, and I said that's enough time.
Right. So if you are doing it all with Ubiquity, I don't remember exactly how much the switches are, but what if you did like basic like 4 or 8 port switches, estimated around probably less than $100 per switch. They're not, I mean, unmanaged switches, you used to be able to get like TP-Link or Netgear unmanaged 5-port switches for like $20-$25, if that.
Well, I mean, I have 40 I have 3 40-port PoE 1 gig big fuckers.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you can use those, just know that you won't be able to manage them, and anything you take from your main router out that one port, you're only going to want to keep 1 VLAN on it, because once you get outside of the router, you're not going to be able to manage any VLAN traffic.
Yeah. So I figured it'd be like 1 VLAN for the garage, for the shed, 1 for the AI rentals, and 1 for my house. Yeah,
and as long as you have separate switches for each one of those, that would work.
So like, can I spend under $1,000 and get what I want?
Yeah, I just said $279, and it sounds like you may not need anything else. Technically. I take that back. You will need one other thing, but that's like less than $100. You can get, like, if you're not dead set on Wi-Fi 6 or Wi-Fi 6 or Wi-Fi 7, just get a Wi-Fi 5.
No, I want Wi-Fi 6.
Why?
Well, I have an Asus mesh router already.
Yeah, but you don't want to double NAT. That's going away.
Okay.
Well, I take it back. You can use that, but you need to put it in access point mode, AP mode.
So I need a mesh router for that. My house is old, so mesh is probably the only way I can get Wi-Fi.
I mean, you can. Like I said, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you put that that router in AP mode, which I'm next to positive. I used to have an Asus router, so you should be able to.
So when we get to Vegas, when we have downtime, because we're gonna have a little bit.
That's funny. You really think we're gonna? I saw your schedule. When are you gonna have downtime?
Sunday we're gonna have downtime. So it's funny you say that, right? Sunday, and then Friday I have the whole day off. Like,
well, that's true, because I'm not leaving until Saturday as well. So are you So I'm gonna take you. Oh yeah, we have to talk about like what you want to do, because you have to get your schedule set up. Or I definitely have to get my schedule set up. I have not had a chance to do that yet.
Because like there's still people with holes. Like you have to tell me. So like after tonight's show, we should go over that like privately, and you
Sure.
can figure out what you want.
That sounds good.
Um,
But yeah, it's this past week was absolutely nuts. My second shift supervisor quit last week.
that's fun.
Yeah, oh yeah. He wanted to move to first shift. We didn't have an opportunity for him, and so he just left. And then one of my other supervisors, he basically didn't have a car, so he was struggling with getting to work, getting to and from work. He has a car now. He just had to take some time in order to get that straightened out. So, and he did. So that just sucks. He basically, his car kind of did the same thing mine did. It was done. And so he needed a new one. And he only has one car. My wife didn't have to go anywhere, so I had another car to use. He did not have that luxury. So yeah, it was, so anyway, the whole week was a little rough, and super busy. Next week's going to be even busier. So yeah,
I had my on a positive note, I had my best week in YouTube ever.
Nice.
Cracked. I'm at about almost 7,000 views or 7,000 hours watched this month.
Very nice.
Yeah, did you see my I don't know if I sent you the link, and I'm not mad or anything, but I did an interview.
I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
No. So I did an interview with Ed from Sapphire, and then Hardware Unboxed also did an interview with him.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was like the same thing I did. And like, I'm not mad. I'm not trying to start drama or anything. I didn't get any credit, but like, I was like, well, you got the idea from me, but it's cool.
No, believe it or not, that's again a very, very good thing.
Yeah. No, I'm being watched. I'm being noticed in the community.
Well, being noticed, the other part of it is that rising tides raises all boats. If his video starts getting watched, yours will start getting referred.
Oh, dude, I had 10,000 hits in 3 days off that video.
Yep.
And then the other one I did, the one I did the next day was like 6. Like it's going well. I mean, people are really like trying to figure out this RAM shortage, and it's gonna be wild the next few months.
Yeah, it is. You know, it's funny. So my last video that I did last weekend, and I should talk a little bit about this, but I absolutely loved it. It was so much fun to make. It was, people that watched it said it was really funny, and that was the way it was intended. It was meant to be satire. And somebody really caught the irony of it, which was, it was a video about how RAM was being taken by AI, and the video was made with AI. So anyway, I thought that was pretty funny. But nobody watched it. It's got less than 500 views. But what's interesting about it is the fact that I absolutely predicted that was going to happen, because mine is an educational channel. That wasn't education at all. That was more entertainment than anything. And
That's
so
okay.
It was completely against everything else I've done on the channel. So they're like, what the hell's this? Why would we recommend this? This isn't who you are, so we're not going to recommend it. So I kind of knew it, but it didn't matter. I love it. I really had a blast making it.
Yeah.
And so for me, it didn't really matter that much. But I was like, this thing's going to flop, and I'm going to be completely okay with it. Anyway,
yeah, but that's what matters. Like, as long as you have fun with it. Like, so I'm telling you, a lot of brands don't care about numbers. I'm not saying they don't, right? Like, you have to have some, but they want like content, and they want like people they can trust. Like, I made some inroads with some brands this week, and next year's going to be rough as far as sampling goes, I think, but I made some good inroads with some brands.
Yeah,
I'm really,
for me,
really
this is about
happy.
making contacts at this point.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't really expect to get much in the way of sponsorships or anything like that. Although if Jocko Go is there, anyway, I do not have a sponsorship deal with them.
You honestly, so like, you never know, right? Like, so my first oh, that just smashed the floor and made a loud noise. My first CES, right? I made 2 contacts, right? And this year I'll get you on the schedule. I'm gonna take you with me to one of them, and when I go to that meeting, you're gonna laugh because like I'm gonna just say like go talk to him first because I talk to the guy like twice a week. So and he gave me my first shot, and like you get in, and I've been introduced to so many brands that would have probably not given me the time of day if he didn't introduce me to them. Like when you get brought in from somebody in the industry, your numbers don't matter at that point. It's we're gonna try you, and if you're good, you're in. Because once you get recommended from somebody else, you're like coming in on the top floor, and like the industry is not big. Like I think when Geek goes, he's going kind of in a different way than you and me, but you're kind of like doing a lot of the same stuff I'm doing. So
well,
like
honestly, I'm kind of in between because I'm like doing some of the home lab stuff as well. And you're doing more of the PC stuff. I mean, one of the things, who is the guy that does he does like a PC series where basically he takes in people's PCs and then there's a video about fixing the PC.
Yeah, Greg.
Yes, Greg Salazar, right?
Yeah, we have the same reps for some of the same companies, and I had like a 40-minute conversation with him last year. He's a really nice guy.
Yeah, he seems like it.
Really nice guy.
So I'm actually thinking about completely copying that because I really enjoy like troubleshooting a computer. I really enjoy it because as he's going through it, I'm like, hey, you should be doing this. Hey, you should be doing this. And it's only because those are things that I've come across and he hasn't come across it yet. Because, he's going through like the same steps I went through. And I'm like, jump ahead.
his biggest sponsor, I'm pretty good friends with.
Yes, be quiet.
Yeah.
So, no, I saw. I mean, I watch his videos. So yeah.
I mean, you're going. So I'm gonna take you. I already asked, and they said I could take you with me. I'm their first meeting in CES, and I like it'll be incredibly casual for me. So like, I'm just gonna let you speak, and then I'm gonna just have a beer with them.
One of the things I'm gonna do is I'm going to have prepared talking points. Kind of like a 30-second elevator pitch.
But be yourself. But here's the thing.
No, I will be myself. That's not my point. My point is that you have to know what they're going to ask you, what's your channel about? You better have an answer. Succinct. Not like, well, geez, it's a little bit of this, a little bit. No. You got to be succinct about what your channel is.
Yeah.
And so that's why I will I will have a succinct, prepared answer to that.
My biggest one this year that I want to like really dig into is Gigabyte. So like MSI, when I got in on their media day, and I only got in because I'm friends with the right people in MSI. I'm probably the smallest channel on their media day, and I got the very last spot. But I'm in with MSI. I'm in really good with Asus, like way better than I thought I was.
Wow.
Yeah, like no. MSI and Asus, I'm like in. But Gigabyte, I've made no inroads. Like the guy I had, he quit. So like the problem is like when you get into these companies, you like have a guy, right?
Yeah.
And if your guy rises to the top, you go to the top.
Right.
But if he quits, so Gigabyte, I have no contacts, and same with Zotac. Well, so those are the two that I'm really like trying to make big inroads with. And then I can still not believe that I have a meeting with NVIDIA. So like I'm gonna go in there, and like that's my like the guy who needs to like me likes me, right? But if I can get his bosses to like me, then like 60-90 founders could be sent to me. And that's like huge. And like to get into NVIDIA, you have to be big or lucky, and I was lucky because like you don't bring people to an NVIDIA meeting. You don't get in unless they send you an invite. Like you can't walk into their booth. Like it's not like AMD, right? When you should come with me to my AMD meeting and walk in and just say hi.
Sure.
Right? Like AMD is approachable. Like that's how I got in with AMD. But NVIDIA, like it's like you have to get in somehow, and I did, and I'm a little nervous for that one too. Like,
yeah, AMD, I look at what I do and I think, what am I using? What would I buy? And
I
that's the thing is
can't.
AMD. I got like tons of AMD CPUs with every single one of my rigs. I've got a few Intel, but mostly AMD.
So
That's why if
can't.
I'm going to walk in, I'm going to feel more uncomfortable going into Intel than I will be going into AMD.
I can't. I can't say much, but well, I can't say anything. But AMD is a good fit for you, and like, I think my AI channel. I'm trying to rebrand. So Crewman Mining, I got to rebrand it. But I'm trying to. I don't know if I can give up the mining part because all of my sponsors are crypto sponsors, and they're paying. Because there's nobody releasing content, and I am. But AI is going to be the future of that channel. So like, I need to figure out a name for it, and I got to figure it out in the next like week. Because I'm going to get business cards. Because I think there's a lot of stuff there for me on that AI channel. I think I'm going to go like AI and mining. I don't know. Like, I don't want to do crypto. Maybe I'll do like AI and passive income or something. I gotta figure out a name for it.
Yeah, obviously there's a lot of options, and it's just a matter of what you feel comfortable with.
Well, like crypto's a no still.
Yeah.
So like mining might be okay. I don't know. Like, I'll tell you some funny things off camera that I don't want to repeat for people watching. But I gotta figure it out because both channels are still viable, honestly. So we'll see. But I think CES for you, if you do it right, like I really feel like if you do it right, it'll be incredibly big for you. Because like,
either any way I look at it, it's going to be a learning experience. I do need to get more prepared for it. But I am looking forward to it. I am not going out late at night like you guys are.
Oh, dude, I'm so fucked. I am
you're the one thing was like 11 to 3:30 in the morning.
So here's the thing.
I'm out. I'm not doing that.
So like when I used to go to Vegas, I was a club junkie, right? Like utter club junkie. Like I'd go out till 5 a.m. 5 days in a row, right? Like, I might be the only person on the planet whose wife would be more comfortable with him going to Vegas than anywhere else. Because like I've gone out late at night in Vegas maybe like 30 times. So like I know where to walk left and where to walk right. Like I won't get in trouble. I won't have a wild night because I know exactly what I'm doing because I've done it 30 times before, right? But like this time, I have an AMD happy hour, which like I can't drink for because it's a networking thing. And then we've got that Cooler Master one, which I'm going to be like sober for. And then like I've wanted to see Deadmau5 forever. So like my buddy's flying in, one of my good friends who goes out with me, he's flying in for that. And Thursday I'm going to be a wreck, which is annoying because I have meetings on Thursday that I have to figure out how to rally for.
Well, if I remember correctly, your first meeting isn't until 9, so I can operate on 4 hours sleep. It's not a problem.
I can too.
The problem is that don't be working on 4 hours of sleep and be hungover.
No, but here's the thing. So I have 2 Chinese companies. I'll just say them here. I don't care. Dark Flash and PCC Cooler, who are like trying to make inroads in America, and like I've been like working with them already. And I'm trying to like take it to like the next level with them. And their products are good. They're not like amazing, but for like the budget space, they're great. And I think they could be big sponsors of the channel going forward. So I'm gonna like pitch some stuff to them. So that's kind of important. And then like after that is Minis Forum, and I don't want to screw them up.
No, I don't. But I thought you said that was a conflict with another meeting.
No, I made it work.
Oh, good.
No. So I won't be at the launch. I won't be at that launch that you're going. You can't.
Got it.
You kind of can't go either, or you can go, but you better run. Because my meeting,
well, you know me, I don't run, so I'll have to. Well, that was one of the reasons I was thinking is well, we can talk about this afterwards. But I was thinking like, how long is that meeting? And then can we cut it short? Basically, you know, if it's scheduled for a half an hour, make it a 15-minute meeting.
You don't want to cut them short though, because that's one of the people you want to get in good with.
True.
So like to miss the presentation doesn't matter because like you're gonna be one of a bunch of. It's just a presentation. So like. You probably, and like my next one after that is a RAM company, so like I ain't missing that one.
Yeah, I do want to look to see what other mini PC manufacturers are there, because Minis Forum is like now is a name. They're not like a no-name company.
No, they're
going to be a lot more selective in who they're going, but there may be some smaller players that may still be looking for sponsors that basically do the same thing.
Did you, without saying any names, did you? Because I don't did you click on any of the appointment links I gave you? Did you set up appointments with them?
I did not set up appointments with any of them yet.
I'm telling you, because like I'm talking to brands, I didn't realize how hard this conference was to prep for, but like I can't ask anybody for anything right now because everybody's like miserable from CES planning. Like,
right.
Like seeing behind the hood, like I didn't realize how hard it was.
Yeah.
But you need a plan because calendars are filling up.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I know. It's one of those things I'm gonna try to start doing tomorrow. I got a bunch of things I gotta do tomorrow though. I still got some things I gotta catch up with work.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's yeah. One thing I did do this week. I said work was rough. So what I started doing was one of the ways that I think you can use AI is to bounce ideas off. And what I was thinking, what was that?
You sound like my father. We fight about AI all the time. All the time we fight about it. He's the most computer illiterate human on the planet, and he loves AI. And I hate AI.
Oh, I think it's great because like I said, it will trigger your creative juices if you just feed it the information and say what you're looking for feedback on. It provides feedback, and then you're like, oh, wait a minute. So basically what I did is I was working with Claude and basically saying, what would it take for me to get into a network engineering type of job, or a junior network engineering type job. And I went through all of the home experience I had, and YouTube and everything else, including the consulting calls, and I basically fed all that into it bit by bit by bit. And they're basically like, here's how we'd position it. You could start going after positions now. I'm like, really? And then it was like, it said one thing that was like kind of outrageous. I've developed one web app, and then it was like full stack experience. And I'm like, you can't say that. You can't say that. And I told that to like, well, okay, well maybe that was a little overstated. I'll take that out. It's just like, but anyway. But some of the things that were said, it was like, yeah, exactly. I do have that experience. I do know how to do that. And then gave me some suggestions on what certification to go after, which is kind of interesting because there's two networking certifications. There's CompTIA Network Plus, and by the way, if anybody here has a opinion about this, I am definitely open to it. But there's CompTIA Network Plus, and there's CCNA. CCNA is Cisco, and it takes longer, about 2.5 to 3 times longer to prep for that certification than it does the Network Plus. But CompTIA is very well known, like as a well-rounded type of certification for networking, not just focused on Cisco. But if you have a Cisco certification, most big companies have Cisco networking. So if you know how to do that, then you're kind of golden as far as that goes too. So I've been getting varying opinions about it. Claude said, go get CCNA. Since I already have the Microsoft Azure fundamentals certification, they're like, oh no, the CompTIA Network Plus is kind of a step back since you already have that. I'm like, they're two totally separate things. So I thought that was a little odd. But anyway, yeah.
No, that's cool.
So
Dude,
I'm like really focused on doing that. Right now it's like, so my 5-year mark at the company is in May, and there's like a vesting that goes with it. So I'm thinking about, staying possibly until then, if I can stand it that long. But that gives me a little bit of time to get a certification done and then maybe look then. But it is the beginning of the year, so maybe it's just better I get my name out there now. The biggest thing though is I was like, okay, what do I do with my LinkedIn? Because I want to completely change my LinkedIn.
Bro, CES, you want to talk about networking? You ready for this one? Let me tell you a quick story about networking. I ended up in like a 30-minute conversation, okay? Don't ask me how this happened, with the head of purchasing for Canada Computers.
Sorry, I'm reading. Is not Jack Smith tall? They are a way to bypass there is a way, is what you're saying, to bypass a certs required recruit AI filter. Get the certs, do the easiest first. Well, that's kind of what I was thinking, was get the Network Plus, which isn't necessarily easy, but there's 2 tests to take to do the Network Plus. And you could prepare in 2 weeks for each one. Not super hard to do, especially with the knowledge I have. I already know a lot of it. There's some things I won't know, like especially the security piece of it. Security policies, that's definitely going to be a part where that I'll learn a lot with that. But VLANs and routing and all that other stuff. Yeah, I've done that a lot. So, anyway, but thank you for that feedback. What was that?
You need to do a lot more how-to guides. Like, I'm telling you, the thing that I learned to like take a tech channel and like prop it up is like, I have these how-to videos that prop up my entire channel, right? Like, excuse me, both channels literally sorry, dude. Literally propped up my entire channels. You do the dumbest basic how-to guides, people watch them, you get views, you get lifts, like you get all of that. And like it helps support your numbers, it helps make everything stable. It's the foundation for everything else.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because like a couple of the videos that I've done that have been long lasting and consistently get views all the time are how-to videos. They don't get that like immediate like bump, but they're greenfield. They just kind of evergreen content, and they just kind of, they're like the slow burn. They just
I got 2 more coming out this week. And like they're like 1, 2, 3 views a week, and they add up, and you get nothing. You get like the first week is 100 views, and then 4 months later they're like 3,000 views.
Yeah, one of the things that Goat had told me, I do have a GitHub, and I know that he has published like how-tos on his GitHub, and it was really interesting because Claude said, when I talked about the consulting calls and the troubleshooting ones that I did, like, well, did you document any of the things that you did for the troubleshooting? And I'm like, no, of course I didn't.
Well, yeah.
And they're like, well, it'd be good if you took some of that knowledge that you were passing along and just document it, and now you've got a how-to guide on your GitHub page that you can now reference.
Where do you do
That's a good point.
Where do you request your consulting calls at? Because I want to set that up, because I've had people ask me.
It's intro-wise.
Send me a link later, because I want to set it up, because people ask me so many computer questions, and I'm basically like in my how-to guides, I'm like, guys, I'm real busy. If you leave a super chat, I'll answer you, but like it's hard to answer the same question 500 times.
Yeah, I had a pretty decent November with consulting calls, but I haven't really been pushing it because I haven't done as much like regular content. Most of the content I've done recently has been shorts. I haven't been pushing the consulting calls and the shorts, but I've still been getting some.
How many do you get a month, you think?
Well, in November, it depends on what kind. Sometimes they're the half hour, sometimes they're the hour. But I think November was like $250, so basically it was 2.5 hours.
That's
not
not
bad.
bad.
Not a ton, but
No.
again, I just started it. It wasn't like, and it's been relatively growing. And now December's been slower. I think partially because of the season, and partially just because I haven't put out content where I have done a call to action on the video with it. So yeah.
Have you started doing the YouTube like tagging products in your videos?
No, you already know the answer to that question.
Dude, someone bought, you're gonna laugh at me. What's the Blackwell GPU?
Which
The really
one?
expensive one.
Oh, the RTX 6000.
Someone bought 3 of them from my link.
Your link on what video?
I don't even one of my install guides, they bought 3 of them.
And you had NVIDIA tagged? And they bought it directly from NVIDIA?
No, but I got a 4% commission for 3 of them, so you do the math.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know which one. I know where those are sold. So okay. I'll have to
I
look
actually,
that
so
one
all
up.
right, so you're gonna think. So one of the things I'm considering, I'm working on some stuff on the back end. If I can pull it off, I'm gonna buy one. I'm gonna buy one for my farm. But I have some things kind of like in the background. If I can line it up and I can get the sponsorship for it, when I get this farm up and running, I'm gonna push so much content on the rental side. I'm gonna make it look nice. Like I have, it's gonna basically be like 4 or 5 computers, and they're gonna look incredibly amazing. And I'm hoping to. I don't know how much I'm gonna make, but
Looks do not make profit.
What?
So looks do not make profit.
No, well, yeah, they
matter if they
do.
look
Just not the
pretty.
profit you're thinking.
No, I know
So-
sponsorship profits.
So like, so I'm gonna have 3 5090s and 1 4090, right? But the problem is I 3 of the systems are gonna be DDR4 because RAM's just too expensive now, right? Like RAM's just too expensive, and you need 64 gigs for Vast, and I found a 64 gig pair in a VM computer. So like I have 3 64 gig kits for DDR4, and I have 2 32s I'm gonna put together for DDR5. So I think like we're gonna make it look good. I don't need to spend a lot of money on it, thankfully, and then we're just gonna pump out content on it.
Yeah.
Because I think there's a lot of people who are looking into it, and I might even do a 3090 rig because even though I hate 3090s, a lot of people want to see content on it.
And honestly, up until this week, I mean, they were the ones that the 4090s are the most consistent. The 3090s are the next most consistent, and the 5090s are a fairly distant third. They don't get rented as much as 3090s and 4090s.
They will soon.
Well, that may be. I'm just saying that. Yeah.
I have
Red
one.
Panda, and what platform is that?
I have
talked about
one
it.
3090 that I'm like my original one that I will probably put on a AI platform. Like I had 8. I sold them all. Thank God. But so I know you bought a 5090, dude. 5090s are gonna crack 3,500 soon.
Well, I know. Well, did you see? Were you watching when I showed the Liquid Supreme that I got?
No,
I'll
I was
show
playing
it
Arc
again.
Raiders. Panda, DM me after
This
this.
thing is
I'll keep my mouth
freaking
shut too.
Huge. Look at how big this thing is. That's the box for the MSI Liquid.
Is it worth? Are you gonna keep it?
No, probably.
Why not?
Because what am I gonna do with it?
Use it in your game. Use it in your main PC.
No.
You see this one?
I know, but no. I have a 4070 Ti in mine, and it's
No,
just
fuck
fine.
that. Look at that beautiful one that you didn't buy. Look at that thing. Dude, bro, I will tell you this.
I could actually take the Astral out of the one I got in the basement and put that one in its place, but yeah.
So I will tell you this. The Astral is not so if you could buy the Astral is not worth the $1,350 upcharge.
Right.
But right now, like I have a whole conversational video with another crypto tuber, Blessed Noob, he lives by me. We were talking about that the Astral at $3,350 right now is better than a $3,000 3090. Like the upcharge is worth $350 if you're okay with spending that much on a 3090.
$3,000 5090. I mean, you said 3090.
Yeah.
5090. Yeah.
So like I still cannot believe I got that thing for $2,300.
I know that is insane. That is
Like-
like now this one I said I got for $2,800. So obviously I could flip it. I have until the end of January to decide what I'm going to do with it.
Flip it. You
I
can make
might.
like $300 off of it.
Maybe, but is it really?
So I
worth
don't
the
know
trouble to do $300?
I don't know what. So here's the problem, right? Like I don't know what your financial situation is. Like for me, I bought those 5090s. I paid for them outright. They're done. I don't have anything to worry about with them. Like I don't like to finance cards. Like I use my profits from like selling shit to cover them all.
It can be stressful. So I will tell you, this past week was
I don't like
freaking
debt.
stressful as hell, because you know how normally like they come up at the statement date.
Yeah.
Well, my December statement came out and it notified me my December statement. I'm like, oh no, I forgot to make a payment.
I've done that.
But because last December, or sorry, 2 Decembers ago, the statement didn't come out until December 11th. So therefore, my as long as I made a payment by December 11th, I was good. So I had 1 day to freaking spare. And I made the payment. I was just like, oh my God.
There's nothing wrong with how anybody does it, right? But like
but you have to make sure you don't do what I almost did, because it would have been $1,500 in interest charges if I missed it.
To be fair, 99% of the time you can make those go away if your credit's good enough.
Yeah, you have to make a phone call and be nice, and no, I've done. I missed one, and I just called. It was the next day, and they're like, well, as long as you make a payment. I said, I'll make the payment. You'll see it. I'll make the payment right now. I just forgot.
So like I always threaten to leave the credit cards, and we pay.
I don't lead with that.
No, I always threaten, because they see my statements and they see how much I rack them up in charges, and like I get what I want. Like I try to be nice, but then I go full Karen. Like real fast.
Oh, no, see, I always find that being nice is the best way to go.
Yeah.
So you say, hey, look, I'm only a day late. I'm sorry I missed it. Can you refund the interest charges?
But then sometimes you have to
hold on. And if they then say that, be like, okay, then just close my card. Just calmly, not mad. Yeah, just go ahead and close my card.
No, you ratchet it up. You just ratchet it up.
No, I'm telling you, because the shock value of wait, what? You want to close your card over this? Yeah, I'm gonna close my card. I'm not happy.
Well,
you know what? In fact, you're so shocked. It doesn't sound like you can do anything. Let me talk to a manager, because I'm gonna close it. So either you can help me out here, because I've been a good customer, or I'll just close it. I got 3 things in the mail that with rebate cards just like yours that I could just switch to. I choose to do business with you because I don't have any reason not to, but now you're giving me a reason not to. Again, calm, slightly annoyed, but it won't ratchet it up. Trust me, I have done this. I have had family members come to me because I always get what I'm looking to get, and they've had me impersonate them because they're like, you did what? I'm like, yeah, I get, as long as it's reasonable and it's fair, I can always get what I'm looking for. So even if it's outside the bounds, every single time.
It doesn't hurt that for my main bank, which is a large bank, there's a gentleman who's very high up now, but when he was a nobody, I was his first customer. So people are afraid of me because I'm his, because I gave him a chance when no one else would. And now he's massive. He's huge. So I just drop his name and people are afraid. I use it as a weapon at this point.
Yes, and that's not really the way I do things.
Oh, no. So
I'll tell you what, the interesting thing is, and this is kind of like and I'll even say, when I bought my car, I made a mistake. When I bought my car, I was very indignant. I need to get this done by the end of September. Thank you, Joker Miner, for continuing to be an OnlyFans member. And Joker Miner is finally saying that he's better than me at poker because he beat me once. And how many times have we done poker, Joker? 6 times. 6 times. And who beat who? And who won the whole thing 3 times out of those 6? Oh, yeah, that would be Max Voltage.
You'll never get me to play poker with you. Oh, Max, you know what we have to do, by the way? We have to play craps. Me, you, and Goat.
Oh, my God.
We're going Friday morning, maybe. Me, you, and Goat. We're going to Fremont Street at 6 a.m. and we're going to play the $5 minimum.
You will not be getting me out of bed at 6 a.m.
Listen,
not on basically the day off.
you play $5 minimums, and they hold you to that table, okay? And you play craps, right?
No.
So the way craps works, the more bets you can place, the more you'll win, and when the minimum
the more you'll lose.
Low, what?
And the more you'll lose.
No. Craps is like the best odds. Long story short, We did it for like 9 or 10 hours one day in Fremont. I won the least amount of money and I won like $3,000. Like we cleaned them out because like craps is sweet because you win because you place multiple bets and you'll hit one, right? Because it's like a $5 minimum. But when you play craps at like $50, $100 minimums, you won't do shit. You're just like holding on for dear life. Like I got convinced once by a bunch of divorcees to play craps with $250 minimum at 4 a.m. How long do you think I lasted at that table?
Probably not long.
3 hours.
Oh, wow.
How much do you think I won?
Oh, I have no idea. 0.
We didn't lose money. I didn't lose money. It was like
no. See, if I'm gonna go to a casino, I'd like to sit down at a poker table and play a tournament. That would be fun to me. I may not. I may lose this. They're usually like entry fees, like $75 or $100, something like that. But you know, I may lose it, but it's fun.
Are you gonna do it?
I've done it before. I'll probably do one night.
So I want to do I want to take you guys to Old Vegas and like go to a bunch of old bars. Like I think that'll be fun. I think you'll like that. Relaxing. If we have time, because like I was looking at the schedule and there's literally like time to go out in like 2 nights. Like the rest of it is like bed early.
It's all
like,
well, and it's networking on the other nights. But yeah. Yep.
So much work.
Shoot, there was something I was gonna say and I lost my train of thought.
I have a good track record with that.
Yeah, yes you do. So but yeah, I was saying before I am getting a so I do have one more payment to make in January, but that one's pretty small. And then I'm done with all the stuff all the 4090s I bought. Like I said, I could have paid these off a while ago. But just chose to, you know.
Will you buy
kind of close.
Will you buy actually I do have a question for you, and that might be a cool segue. Will you buy any more 5090s or are you done?
For now, probably done.
I think
I don't have any other. All my hardware that I have, I either start replacing 4090s, but I'm still seeing 4090s are renting better than 5090s. I'm not getting rid of my 4090s.
Okay.
So what I'm doing right now is anything I can put a 5090. In other words, it has a PCIe 4 or PCIe 5 motherboard. Those will have 5090s in them, except for the ones that have. And the one thing I do have to debate on is a 3090. And that's actually one of the things. No, I can't do it. I was gonna say I could do. I guess I could. I could actually do the 5090 on that machine behind me, and I could do it with this one right here. I don't know. Maybe I will do that.
So will the
I didn't even think about that. I was just like, wait a minute, I could do that with that one because it obviously you can't fit the AIO like in the case. But I could just put the AIO outside the case because I don't even have the front glass on it. You can see the right there.
Yeah,
you can see the cables hanging out. So anyway, so I might do that one with this one. I don't know. But the other two 3090s I have and all the 5060 Ti's are all in PCIe 3.0. And so I'm like, yeah, I don't know how those would do with 5090s. I can't imagine they would do that good. But I mean, that would be an experiment to try it, I guess.
Has the RAM shortage, like, so for example, like I don't know if I can expand anymore because I don't want to spend the money on the RAM.
Well, that's part of the problem I have as well, because when you're using these, I mean, 64 gig of RAM is okay. You really would want something like 96 or 128. Now the one that I have the 3 5090s in, that one's got 128 total. So 128, it's just over a little over 40, like 42 and a half, whatever, 42 and 2/3, I guess, gig of RAM per 5090. So that one's not spec'd out super high. But yeah, I mean, it's just the fact that some of the hardware I have is really old, and I don't know how well that would do. I don't think that would do very well with higher end spec. Now, what I have thought about doing exactly what you said, which was starting to buy RTX Pro 6000s, and trying a couple of those. I've seriously thought about replacing all the 4090s in my Octominer with those RTX Pro 6000s.
Would you replace? Is it worth replacing 3.5 of them for one? Or 4? You probably 3.5 to 4.
Well, again, so here's the math, and I actually did this with one of the people that I did a one-on-one with, because he was asking about it. I said, people think, okay, so how much am I making on a 4090? 4090 is making about 25 cents gross, but 20% of that is on my rate is about, and his rate was about the same as mine, is about 20% of that. So you're only making 20 cents. Now go up to an RTX Pro 6000, you're going to be, it's going to be a little bit more power, but not that much more, only about 33% more power for 450 to 600 maximum. But you're going to be making about 65 cents. So you're looking at just under 60 cents per. So you're looking at 60 cents versus 20 cents. So you're making 3 times as much. So how much does it take to buy? What can you sell a 4090 for right now?
Yeah, I think it'd be 3.7. I would say you could sell them for 2,200 right now.
Okay, so that's 6,600 you would get. These are going to be a little over 8. So you're going to be forking out some money in order to purchase them, but you're going to be more energy efficient for what you're making.
But here's the other question, right? With the RAM shortage, which fucks everything up, what's the resale?
That's the problem.
What, just like, all right, so I've seen the 6000s go from about 6,500 to about 8, where I've seen the 5090s go from about 23 to 33, right?
Yeah. So if you're going to be doing even just 4, like if I change that from 6 to 4, so I went from 6 4090s down. Well, the problem is that I would have to redo it. I'd have to re-verify it because I can't. Well, I think they may have figured out a way to do it. I might be able to scale it down now. I'd have to check with support. Somebody was mentioning a command like, hey, if you lessen the number of GPUs, run this command. So that might actually work. I'll have to verify that. But anyway, I would have to go down to 4 with the amount of RAM I have if I was going to do RTX Pro 6000s, because I only have 512 gig of RAM in the Octo server. So really you're going to want like minimum of the same amount of RAM as you have VRAM.
Hold on. So Panda said there's 2 different models for the 6000s?
Yeah, there's technically
I didn't know that.
3. Technically there's 3. There's the server, there's the Max Q, and there's the workstation.
So is the server a blower? The Max Q is the founders, and the workstation?
No, the Max Q is also a blower, I believe.
And the workstation is the one that looks like a founders?
Yes, exactly.
What's the difference? Like RAM, or is it
power? So
which one draws the most?
The Max Q is like a maximum of like 300 watts. So it has less power, as less processing power than workstation.
Okay,
but it's much more efficient.
So I have 2 questions real quick. The first one is 60. So like if someone was getting into home mining, kind of like, or home rentals like I am, I was under the impression that 64 gigs is enough for Vast for a single 5090 or 4090. Is that true?
Yeah, because you have twice the amount of RAM as you have VRAM.
Okay. And then the second question is, have you thought further on your shed, or is that dead? Like, is that dead. So like, okay, so then at this
right
point,
now with the RAM is, I'm not even thinking about it for next year.
Yeah, no, I mean, you're right.
RAM's going to be there. And so right now, my plan for next year is to really try to focus more on the operation of managing an AI farm as opposed to growing the AI farm. The growing part of it, I think, is kind of like, I'm just not going to be able to, it's not going to be worth it to do it because of RAM price.
But what about A6000s? Like, what if you were to swap?
Well, A6000, I don't consider that expansion. I consider that migration, I guess. So yeah, I'd be changing out what I have.
So
the problem is, and you have said this, I believe, is, can I use the same cables? Because there's a specific cable that is used on the Octo servers, and they have the old style.
No, you can't. You can't.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So I would have to find a way to find those cables, because like Veteran Miner doesn't make those special 12-pin cables. He doesn't have the machine to do that, and it would cost a lot of money.
You
for
could
him
probably
to
get
do
Cable Mod to do them.
that. That's true, but yeah, it's a reverse EPS cable. Is what it is. So you basically, it's 2 reverse EPS into one. I guess they call it 16-pin now. But anyway, so anyway, so that's the big thing, would be the cables is one of the problems.
So do you think the A6000 will hold its value like the 5090 will? Like, you think they'll make more of them, or?
So that's interesting. So, again, that was one of the things that came up in this guy's conversation. I think it will. I mean, think about it. What continues to happen? We continue to have higher and higher VRAM consumer cards. So when we have the 7000 and the 7090 has 96 gig of RAM, the 59 is going to be in a pretty nice sweet spot at that point.
After this call, all right, so after this, when we're done, I have something to tell you.
Okay.
To blow your mind.
Okay.
I can't say, I shouldn't even be telling you, but I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
Blow your mind. And everybody on stream is going to wish they could hear this, because I know some shit. Some really, now it's off the record. I won't tell you who said it, and I will tell you that there's been some talk, because there's like the Strix Point or something like that. There's a NVIDIA, basically NVIDIA computer. It's 128 gig compute box, and there's been some people who are like, hey, is Vast going to support these? And I haven't heard any news or anything like that, but it's pretty interesting to see, like, that might become a thing where that might be not strictly a GPU rental, but it's going to be a rental. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see what other products come out, not just GPUs, that are also going to be rented. So speaking of rentals, right? I was talking to someone about this, and I think it's really interesting. I don't have an answer to it. I don't really even know.
Did you see what Brandon Coin just said?
Yeah. I'll kill you. I'll kill you if you clip that.
He already clipped it.
So one of the interesting things is, do you remember when you couldn't buy GPUs? People could still get into crypto mining multiple ways, and like you could still spend $1,200 on a 3060 Ti. And I'm not saying that was a good thing, but you could do it, right? With the RAM shortage and crisis, basically it's a crisis now, the RAM crisis compounded by the 5090 shortage, right? Building a vast AI PC right now would probably cost you $5,000.
No, for what GPU?
5090 with 64 gigs of DDR5.
Okay, so 64 gigs of DDR5 is how
700.
Much? Okay, so it's an increase in what?
It used to be 180.
Yeah, so it's an increase of about $500. There's no way it's 5,000. You can look at Minis Forum. Now I don't know if you can still get them, but the Minis Forum ITX motherboards, I got 96 gig of RAM. When I got the 96 gig of RAM, it was under $200. Now
it would be close to 5. So you ready? Watch how it's close to 5. So 3,000 for a 3090 or 5090.
Oh, you're talking with the GPU.
Yeah, with the GPU.
Oh, okay. I see. The way I price things out is I price the rig, and then I
price
the GPU. So you're talking about
so like
no, that's fine. Yeah.
So you're talking like $5,000 for a vast AI rig for one GPU, like a good one, like a 5090.
Yeah.
So I was wondering, and you would know more about this, so I'm more curious in your opinion. It's going to be impossible to get into this. Like home rentals are going to be incredibly difficult to get into.
Did you listen to my last week's stream? It's exactly what I was talking about.
No, I don't watch.
I know. But no, that's one of the things I was talking about. Is actually I'm kind of excited for next year, because the amount of supply coming online is going to be significantly less, and I believe the demand will continue to grow, which means people are like, oh, it's it's a race to the bottom. Like, no, we're going to get to points just like we were this year where the demand was saturated to the supply and people were starting to make bucks. This is the next version of 2021 of mining. That's what I think. It may not be, but that's what I'm thinking is going to happen next year.
No, but it's different because you know why? So in mining, home miners had to compete with ASICs. Like industrial miners and home miners fought for the same shit. I would argue all this RAM is going to OpenAI, to all of that crap, right? What OpenAI is renting and doing is not the same as what people on Vast are doing. So like we're not even competing with the same stuff because they're so far ahead of us that like people who want basic cheap compute are going to go to like the Vast and all those people.
Yeah, no, I know. That's what I'm saying. We're not competing with them. That's exactly what I'm saying. We're not competing with them. The people that are taking all of the RAM, we're not competing with.
No.
It's a different market. What we're competing against is people from colleges and people that want to run at-home AI that now they can't. They planned on doing something in the next, 6 to 12 months. Now they can't. So now they're going to rent. And Gamers Nexus has talked about this. He's like, yeah, now all these people are going to have to rent from all these big guys. And I'm like, no, they're not. There's plenty of other platforms out there where they can save money, and the platforms continue to grow. The problem is the number of platforms. The problem is that now it's going to cost considerably more to grow the number of GPUs on those platforms
and interest
because of the hardware.
And I think from like so I I'm doing it from both ways. I think interest in home AI farms is going to skyrocket next year because people
from a user perspective.
Yeah. So like people are going to see so like for example, I'll have some stupid thing where it's like my $10,000 AI farm is making 30-40 bucks a day, right? That will get clicks. People will be like, how do you get into this? The interest will go through the roof. And between me and you, I think it's going to be prohibitively expensive to get into, which means people want it more because they can't have it.
So one of the things I've thought about, and I don't know enough, I know enough to be dangerous.
Yeah, that's the story of my life.
Is if there's all this demand, I mean, what, like for instance, everybody found, why don't I just run a mining pool? And so there's different guys that have started running mining pools. It's like, okay, well, what do I need to do to actually create my own platform and have other people come onto the platform that I roll out? There are actually like companies out there that have said you can white label this platform for your company, and I wish I could remember who it was. There's actually one company I know of that has done that. They've taken this one company's software and white labeled it and made it theirs, and now they have their own platform. So it's been something I've thought about, but the problem is that the people that I know are all running the hardware. I don't have the network of people that need the hardware. So that's where I would need somebody on the other end of things that has more of the contacts and with people that need the compute. So anyway, it's just been something that's been on my mind because I know that's honestly, that's where the real money is if you can sidestep the middleman. I mean, Vast takes 25%. Nobody knows exactly how much salad takes.
I don't even care, man. The sponsorship dollars are where I'm after, man. I don't care how much my farm makes.
No, I'm just saying literally from the person that wants to make money from renting out GPUs, that matters, because that's, if you can sidestep that and have your own platform, then great. But I'm not there yet. There's no way that I'm going to be able to do that. Not for at least a little while. Let me see here. I was going to go back, double check my notes of other things I was going to talk about. I did roll out two more 50. I think I mentioned I rolled out two more 5060 Ti's. So for right now, I have the maximum number I'm going to have deployed. at least for a little while. Like I said, we'll see. I might. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that MSI 5090, the air cooled one. I am going to run that on Salad. I want to see if it rents and how much it rents for on an i7 7700. Because if it does rent, then that might change things a little bit.
I feel so much better. I cannot wait. By the way, I cannot wait to have a filming studio, like area where I just like sit down, turn the camera on, and go. Like this filming in my room is awful.
Oh, so this is the den. So this is like the studio per se, but it looks nicer than it does because, man, all this stuff behind, I have a bunch of shit behind me that I need to clean up.
Do you see mine? Look at this mess, dude. There's so much shit. This is clean and there's so muxt shit everywhere. Like, look at the stack of GPUs. There's a 5090, a 5070, a 5090, and a 9060 XT.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, you guys, you look at this and you're like, oh, it looks pretty neat. I got a bunch of knickknacks back here and stuff, and that's the way that's supposed to be. But down below camera, I've got 2 Octominers plus tons of boxes. I've got PSU boxes. Actually, you can see the PSU boxes right there. Oh, there. Right there. Yeah, right there is the 3 PSU boxes. I've got 3 more down there that are super flowers, and I've got a couple of GPU boxes. I just need to get it all into the basement.
Do you want
to eventually will end up in the garage, but we have some things we need to clean up in the garage so we can basically get some space for all, because generally we store all the old boxes in the garage because in case I ever want to resell them and such.
Yeah. But do you know how small the last Founders Drop was? You can like see, they show you how big it was. They waited a month for 360 of these. That's it.
Let me see.
If you look at your last one on the box, it'll show you on the total delivery quantity on the label. It should say 360 if you got the last one.
Yeah, 360.
Because that was the one where I screamed at you and I blew your DMs up.
Yeah, 257 out of 360 is mine.
Yeah, so I'm 117. So to give you an idea on how small that batch was, like there are no 5090s, honestly, that are going to be released. Like I'm telling you, the 5090, and I said it on both my channels, $4,000 in a month.
Well, first off, their Trackalacker is still saying that Asus is continuing to release $2,000 Asus Tough 5090s. If you want a 5090, get on Trackalacker and wait for an alert. I get a couple of alerts a week.
There's no MSRP 5090s. I buy them.
No, I'm telling you, I get the alerts. I get the alerts. I know people that have gotten them straight from Asus, direct from Asus. They are selling 5090s for $2,000.
I have a hard. I'm gonna dig around.
Look up Trackalacker. I'm telling you.
What?
I've been getting Trackalacker. So one of the guys I did a one-on-one with turned me on to that, and yeah, definitely check it out. Douglas Hayen, how's it going? Did you get one of those, Douglas?
I don't know.
Wow,
I would buy.
Red Panda only funds. Oh, okay, got it. I thought he was banning himself.
I would buy. I'd buy one more $2,000 5090 if I could.
I tell you what, I have not been concentrating on it, but next Friday I have off, and if it comes up while I'm at home, yeah, I might just pull the trigger on it.
So the problem is I have to set aside money for the shed. The shed's not cheap, but like that studio. When I'm gonna do a presentation to when people see I have a studio, that means they know that I'm not effing around.
Well, here's the thing. So right now I'm getting that MSI one. That one I have until January 14th to return.
2400, right?
Yeah, 2,500, 2,499, I believe.
Yeah, I think that's a solid. That's the most.
Yeah,
I'd
it's
pay.
definitely a good deal. So if I'm able to get an Asus Tough, I still would then have the option of returning that. But that's the one I have the 24 months financing on. So I'm kind of like, kind of want to keep that, because that one I could, keep and know eventually at some point within the next 6 to 12 months, I would be able to flip it for more. So in case you guys don't realize it, we are not scalpers. We are investors. And that's the key difference, is the fact that we are looking at this going, this is going to have a higher value in minimum 6 months. So if we don't have a use for it, then we are comfortable that we will be able to flip it for more and make a profit on it.
So I think when so I would think at the end of all of this, I will have one 5090 and it'll be the Astral. I'll always have one, but I think the only one I'll keep is the Astral. I think the rest of them. So I was thinking about it, right? And I don't think it'll ever get this high, but I could be wrong because we don't know how bad it's going to be. But if someone offered me $6,000 per 5090, I'd sell them. I keep maybe one. I keep like two. Like if I got, I'm not saying I will, but if I got six, if someone offered me $6,000 per 5090, I would sell two right away.
Bytes Forge makes a point. We trade in commodities. Yeah, we do. We have a commodity that we can flip, resell, buy. Yeah, that's part of this. And for that matter, it's been a part of ASICs for the longest time. If you look at when people that are in the know, they buy at the lowest point, they buy ASICs at the lowest point in the bear market, and then they hold that ASIC, whether it's mining or not, they hold that ASIC until the crypto appreciates in value, and so does the ASIC. So we're kind of no different, although it's for different reasons.
Look at everybody who sold those Zcash miners.
Yeah.
Like, why the hell not?
Yep.
I honestly think that 90 class GPUs, like 4090s, 5090s, are the best value. Like, they're better than gold. Like, the biggest mistake I did, it's funny because in the bear market, in the crypto bear market, there were two GPUs that if you bought them, you made money. The 3070 and the 4090. And my dumbass bought a shit ton of 3070s. Now, to be fair, I paid $200 for them. I mined on them for 2 years and I sold them for 300. So I did well.
Yeah.
But I could have made more on 4090s, spent less in power, and kept them, and they still would have been worth money.
Yep.
So I didn't.
Yep.
But
I hear you. I actually have a bunch of 3060s I gotta sell.
you need to sell them now. It's the holiday season. People are panicking.
I know, but I gotta get the boxes out of the garage.
No,
I got
you
so
don't.
much
Just
going
list
on.
them.
No, I get them in a box, clean them up, and then I put them for sale. Because
Why do you clean them? I don't clean my GPUs.
Because I'm a good seller.
I don't have any complaints. Look at all my buying reviews are top notch everywhere.
Yeah, I got a blower. It's one of those electric blowers.
Yeah, but it doesn't clean shit. It doesn't get the pollen out. It doesn't get all the bullshit out.
Pollen is not in mine. Mine's just dust.
Oh, mine are covered in pollen. They were.
Oh my God.
Oh, guess how many GPUs I have for mining? One broken. I have one broken 170HX that I'm going to print a stand for and display it.
It blows real good.
I was waiting for that. I was waiting. Ignore him. I was waiting for that one.
Yeah, I was watching chat.
Hey, listen.
I knew somebody was going to make a comment.
At CES, the worst thing I have is people knew that I was a crypto miner, and it's not a good stick. Like, some people in the tech industry don't care.
Trust me, everybody in the vast Discord knows that I was a crypto YouTuber.
But don't let the brands know that you were.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I wasn't planning on it because it's not what I do now. I pivoted. So I'm not, as far as hardware goes, I'm not in crypto at all. Well, I mean, I guess I have some nodes, but I mean, that's completely different than mining. So, yeah. I mean, you got plenty of investors that, run, Ethereum nodes, which is barely profitable at all. But, so yeah, I mean, it's become more mainstream as far as that goes, but certainly mining still has a stigma.
Oh, dude, it's so bad. And it's funny because AI is worse and it doesn't have the stigma. Like I'm telling you, like I'm taking some meetings literally for my AI channel. Like that's why I'm trying to rebrand. Like I'm in a rush to rebrand. I got my guy who does my logos ready to go. Because I think there's going to be so much chances for networking on my AI channel at CES, which is outrageous because I hate AI. But hey, man, if people will pay, I'm here to take their money.
Yep. I mean, I look at it as it should be a win-win. It should be, obviously, I want your sponsorship dollars, but at the same time, I want to provide value to you as a promoter, because I want it to be a long-term deal. I don't want to get to the point where I take money and then you're like, well, I didn't get anything out of it. I'm like, okay, let's part ways.
Yeah, for sure.
I want long-term deals.
Well, no, I mean, it depends. Like if like a mining, like it depends on like what it is. Like if a crypto like mining pool wants to pay me for certain videos, I'll take their money. I don't care. But like on the tech side, I definitely am working on long-term relationships, but it's like two different channels. Like you're two different things you're working on, you know? So.
Oh, I don't know if Integra Guy is still here. I finally put my third PDU to work. I bought 2 PDUs from Integra Guy, and the first one I put to use right away. But I just put that third one, my third one, the second one I bought from him. I just put that one to use.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the one he actually replaced the plug on it.
Oh.
So I have it such a way like the end of it is like supported, so to make sure it's not like pulling on it or anything. But yeah, it's good. But yeah, I just put it to use. Oh, he is still here. Good. So anyway, but yeah, that's the one that's running my Threadripper system, because I was kind of like 1500 watt power supplies, and I'm going to share that amongst the other ones. Nah, I'm just going to feed them both into the same PDU, and that'll be the only thing on that one for now.
I'm waiting for I'm hoping it gets approved. It still hasn't yet, but I'm waiting for a stack of 1500 watt power supplies. I asked for like 6. I think
that would have saved me some money.
I think I'll get them. You just have to kind of like go through the process, but I think I'll get everything I asked for. I honestly prefer Be Quiet power supplies, and I'm kind of using them in everything. So I'm trying to get all my test benches to Be Quiet. Yeah, I'm ignoring that. That was the middle finger.
I thought that was kind of funny.
Cool.
So one other thing I did want to give you guys an update on. I've talked about this in the past. The last power bill I got was it was the middle of August. I still haven't gotten a power bill. It's been 4 months.
You better make sure they let you finance the power bills when you get it.
It doesn't matter. I can still I will if they will let me. I will be like, yeah, I'm going to pay this over the next 12 months since you guys can't manage to bill me. But here's the other thing. The other thing though is that while I'm not paying them, I am still getting bills for community solar. So my bills for my overall bill is like usually in about the $800 to $900 range. Well, my community solar bills are in the $350 to $400 range. So I am paying a portion of the bill through the community solar, who then puts the credit on my bill. So I still am paying a portion of it. So we're talking about maybe $400 to $500 a month extra that I'll have to come up with later on. It's fine.
Okay.
It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. I mean, I'm not cutting things like really close right now. I've got enough money set aside, and so I'm in good shape.
That's good.
Shape right now. So
how much?
I highly recommend people have money set aside right now.
How much do you think? How much do you think Vegas is going to cost you?
Well, the hotel's like $1,700 including tax. The flight is $300. So you're looking at $2,000 there, and then I don't know. I figure another $1,000 while I'm there, meals and everything. I mean, I'm hoping we can make it only $500 or something, but I've just kind of budgeted like a round number of about $3,000.
Yeah, I'm planning. So I got about 2,500 in sponsorships overall, like for stuff that I'm just applying it to that.
Right.
But I'm planning on spending about 35.
I'm looking at this right now. This one isn't like I'm going to get an immediate return. This is, I'm making my first trip. It's
Yeah.
something I want to do. I've never been to it. I wanted to go to it anyway. So yes, it's business related. I'll be able to write it off on my taxes
Yeah.
for 2026. But at the same time, it's more of a long-term investment. Make some relationships. Hopefully, stay in contact with those people over the next year, and maybe it'll develop into something, or some of it will develop into something. So yeah, I mean, that's the way I'm looking at it.
I 4x'd. I would say I 4 to 5x'd last year's CES, and that was my second one. This year, I'm hoping for a 10x return on investment. Will I get it? I don't know, but like, I'm looking at it as like, damn it, I always drop that thing. I'm looking at it as like an investment.
Yeah, exactly.
So
exactly, that's the way I'm looking at it.
Oh,
But
hey,
again, it's my first one, so.
So are we gonna do? You're so much better off. My first one, I wandered around aimlessly. Like I knew the city, so it made my life easier. But like, the first one I sent at the end afterwards, I spent like 35, 40 emails. I got 2 responses. Last year was half responses. This year, this is my third one, so we'll see.
Right.
But like, I don't know. I think it'll be a good trip. I think we should map out some content to do before we go, too.
Yeah, I think it'd be good. The biggest thing is the hotel's Wi-Fi good enough to
It'll be
stream?
fine.
Okay.
I've done it.
Okay.
It'll be fine. Yeah.
Good.
Well, I mean, not this hotel, but I'm sure it's all the same. Like I did it at a worse hotel.
Yeah, no. They all the hotels I looked up, they're pretty much all like 5 meg up and down.
Yeah, so like,
not great, but
no, it'll be fine, and you'll thank me with the hotel I made you stay at because you are literally right next to the Venetian, and you're on the monorail.
Yep.
It's the best hotel for people who do our things, unless you're staying at the Venetian, which
I trusted you, but at the same time I did my own research and trust me, they all said, well, I knew being next to the Venetian was an advantage, but I didn't feed that into AI. But it said Harrah's,
Palazzo,
Sahara was another one. Because I basically said I want to stay at a hotel that will not have a lot of walking. So they said Harrah's, the Sahara, and within reasonableness as far as
the Sahara's not a hotel anymore, dude.
It's not.
No.
Well, then it obviously has that wrong. And then I want to say it's not the Westmont. It starts with a W.
That's
right.
too far.
It's the one that is like connected to the convention center. It starts with a W.
Oh, the Westgate.
Yeah, Westgate. Sorry, I knew I didn't have it right.
But it's not really connected, and you're so far away. Because
you probably walk longer there because you're walking through all this open space in order to get to the actual convention center.
So the convention center is hell. It's so fucking big. Like I'm just warning you that when you schedule meetings in the convention center, you want everything to be next to each other, or you're gonna kill yourself, and it's gonna suck.
Yeah.
I have 1 working day in the convention center, and then the last day is just me wandering around, like whatever.
Yeah, seeing what you may not have seen. So that's basically what I thought of, is that there's like a bunch of like interesting things at CES that I would like to, but they don't really necessarily align with the YouTube channel. But I'll probably plan on going to see those on Friday. And then the other ones, all the things I want to get to, I'll do like the earlier days.
So I was gonna me, you, Goat, and my buddy on Thursday. We should go to like get a good dinner and then go to like Old Vegas, like just chill, like relax. Like I know some good. If you like cocktails, I know a bunch of good cocktail bars that are like popular with the locals.
Dude, I am not a drinker. Not a drinker at all.
You don't have to be a drinker to like a good tasting drink.
True, but I don't drink. I drink a little bit. I'll drink a beer occasionally, but yeah, man, I'm a cheap date right now because I have had 1 glass of wine in the last year. I haven't had any beer.
Well,
I totally cheated on food tonight. I totally cheated on food tonight though. It's like super cold outside. What do you want when it's like super cold outside?
Pizza.
No, I had that last night. So something different would be soup. So I was like, you know what I feel like tonight? Bread and soup. And you know what?
I love
I'm just
bread.
gonna eat it. And it's the first bread, I swear to God. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's the second bread I have had, and way more than I've had any other time in the past year. Second
Listen,
time.
when it's winter, I grab a few people, whoever's on the internet, and I play a video game till whenever I'm bored, film YouTube content, and go to bed. That's what I do now. Like, I don't care. I'm good.
I would have stayed home all day today, but I had to I put so many miles on the car because of how far away work is. So I put 5,000 miles on the car in 3 months. So just over 3 months, but just a little over 3 months. And so I had to take it to the dealer, did the first oil change and tire rotation for free. So I was going to take advantage of that. So they squeezed me in today. So I got that done. That's the only reason why I left the house today.
Oh, dude, we have our kids. I've got little kids, so we got to do that stuff. But like, we're so busy for the next 3, like, literally my next 4 weeks gone. Like we're already planning onto the 3rd week of January, because like the second, like it's like next week I've got company, then we got Christmas, then we got New Year's. I have a wedding on New Year's, and then we leave. Like,
Mr. Tiger, yeah, it's like 47 miles to and from work. So it's like almost a little under 100 miles round trip. So
for work
I have
every
to fill
day?
up twice. I have to fill up. Some weeks I have to fill up twice. Most weeks I only have to fill up once.
What do you have, like a 50-minute commute to work every day?
Yeah.
You can't take a train or anything?
No.
Damn.
I'm going from where I am around, let's just say the Schaumburg area, and I go straight south all the way.
You live in Schaumburg?
I live near Schaumburg, yes.
I used to go to this big model gaming convention in Schaumburg every year. But that big hotel, what's that big ass hotel where they do conventions?
Renaissance?
Yeah. I used to go there all the time. They moved it to Milwaukee now because I guess they got a better
It's funny
deal.
you mention that, like that's like some old like small convention center. That thing's like brand new, for at least as far as I'm concerned, because it hasn't been around that long.
Yeah.
I used to work right across Meacham.
I don't know anything about
which
it.
was, well, anyway, right across. So you have, where 90 is. So that was the interstate. The interstate was right along the darn thing.
I flew in. I never drove. My buddies drove. I flew.
I know, but when you look out of the window of the hotel, you see the interstate.
Pay attention.
Anyway, all right. Well, the interstate is right along the interstate, and then you get off at Meacham to get to this thing from the airport. Well, anyway, you turn right to get to the hotel. You would turn left to get to where Motorola used to be, the whole Motorola campus. Now there's a Zurich insurance building there. There's a Top Golf over there. Yeah, it's completely changed. Motorola is a fraction of what it used to be.
You fly to Midway then, right? No, O'Hare. O'Hare's
O'Hare.
closer. Yeah, Midway's further. Midway's like an
way
hour
further.
away.
Now, it's funny because Goat's going to be flying out of Midway. Flying out of Midway is like super easy.
So much cheaper though.
If you're going to drive and park, yeah, it's way cheaper to go through Midway. Not necessarily flights though. But because I'm so close to O'Hare, it's like a 30-minute drive to O'Hare. So my wife will just drop me off.
So I'm equal distant. You're gonna laugh. Where I live, I'm literally equal distant from Philly to Newark. So I can take both. Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Newark?
Newark. Yep. It's like an
Newark's
extra
just outside
15 minutes.
of New York.
Yeah. I live the same distance. I'm in the Philly metro. I live in the Philly metro, and I'm equal distant from Philly to New York. Yeah.
Oh, that's bizarre.
It's amazing.
I
actually.
didn't realize Philadelphia was that close to New York.
Yeah. So, dude, the Philly, DC, Boston, all those metros are like 2 hours apart. You take a train and go through all of them. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I guess I didn't know that, but no, I cannot take a train because mine's a direct line south. They did actually talk at one point. There's EJ&E, I think, that there's a line that used to be a commuter line a long time ago, and they talked about rejuvenating it, and it never went anywhere because there's never going to be enough demand for it. Everybody goes in and out of the city. Everybody else drives. So anyway, the good thing about with the way that I drive, going south on 355 in the morning and going north on 355 in the evening, and same thing on 55 as well. I'm going reverse commute.
That's not bad.
Going home though is usually over an hour, unless I leave like really late, like I was this week. So if I leave like around 6:30, 7 o'clock, yeah, that's the standard 50-minute commute. But going in the morning, it's usually like right around 50 minutes. For some reason, the way I'm going, it doesn't back up usually unless there's an accident.
It's not bad.
It's not. I mean, it's a relatively stress-free drive. And I will tell you, I love my car. Like I said, it's got 5,000 miles on it now, and I couldn't be happier that what I bought. It's just really comfortable. I've mentioned it a ton of times, my hip and the seat heater and the shape of that seat. When I get out of the car, I'm in better shape than when I got in the car because of the shape and kind of how it fits the hips and how it kind of pushes. It's a little bit narrower seat than what I was used to. It's more of a bucket type seat as opposed to a flat seat like I had in my other car. So yeah, I really couldn't be happier about the car.
Hey, two things real quick. What time are you going till? Because I feel like I'm starting to. You going much longer, or what are you thinking?
I mean, I'm probably going to go a little bit longer. I don't know. I hadn't really decided exactly how much longer. If you need to check out, you can check out.
No, I mean, but also I was going to tell you, I'm looking at GPU prices. They're going up.
Good.
5080s are actually going up quite a bit.
Oh wow.
5080s now, you went from 1,000 to 1,300 real fast.
Wow.
You can get 1,100 still, but no more MSRP 5080s. I think they're going to go up quite a bit because some people are talking that they're great for AI. 5070s are going up.
I mean, they're decent. The problem is they still only have 16 gig. That's why those supers were going to be awesome.
They're dead. They're dead in the water.
Oh, I know.
No, but like they're not coming back.
No, I figured that.
But like everything's starting to go up. I think you're gonna. I think if people, I wonder if the 5080 will pick up for rentals because you can't get anything else. Still got 16 gigs of VRAM.
Well, they do have 16 gigs of VRAM, but trust me, there's plenty of demand of supply right now. There's no shortage of GPUs right now.
Yeah, but people aren't thinking about right now. Everybody who's buying is buying for the next 6 months.
No, I know. My point is I'm not talking about supply from buying GPUs. I mean supply from a online GPU.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, but like I don't think anybody cares about that right now. Like what I'm saying is if you can't buy, so like let me ask you, if you were trying to get an AI farm right now, or rental farm, whatever you want to call it, right? Would you buy three 5080s for the price of one 5090?
No.
You wouldn't?
Nope. I wouldn't, because I think the sweet spot is the 5060 Ti.
What are they at right now?
Probably relatively cheap, but again, they have 16 gig of VRAM. Again, it's all
not really. 450 is the cheapest I'm seeing them.
It's still pretty good. I mean, that's only up from where their MSRP was like $429.99. So it's pretty close. It's only 5% up from MSRP. I did get one recently, open box. It was $370. That was freaking awesome.
I think they're going away. I don't think they're going to be made anymore.
Maybe not, because it's probably of the price point and the VRAM is too much. So when you're talking about that much VRAM going into a card that's that cheap, yeah, I could definitely see them going away. Because I priced them at like $600.
I heard rumblings. Say what you want about it, but that when this batch of supply goes away, I think you'll see the 8 gig cards back priced at the 16 gig price points or higher. And I think you'll find that the 16 gigs are gone. And Mr. Tiger asked, is the 3090 still good for AI? I think it's shit for rental.
No, he has a different opinion than me. I think the 3090 is still good. Mine are still rented. Now they're not going to make as much, but they are rented. There's demand for them.
But what would you pay for them?
What would I pay for them?
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Don't look at the market.
I think here's the thing. I would say use them if you got them. I'm not going to go out and seek 3090s.
But what would you pay for them if you
I
were?
was going to buy them? Oh, geez. So my 3090s make about 12.5 cents an hour, thereabouts. And I know it varies. So other people are like, well, mine make more than that. Well, okay, good for you.
Yeah, I hate when people do that.
So, but 12.5 cents, and I would say
they use this as much power.
Cost me about probably about 3 cents. I don't know, probably net about 9.5 to 10 cents on it. Probably closer to 10 cents.
They're power guzzlers.
Yeah. So again, 2.5 cents an hour is pretty significant actually per GPU. So you're making about 10 cents. So, well, hang on a second. Let me do the math. Okay, come on. There we go. So 0.1 times 24 times, let's just say 365. So that's like $870 a year. If it's rented 100%, take 80% of that. I don't know. $700 is not a horrible price to buy for one of those.
They're 900 now.
No, I wouldn't pay 900 for them.
And they're gonna go up because no one can get anything else.
Yep. So I would not be buying them, but if you have them, I would definitely say put them on. I know for salad, I don't think there's not much demand for them, which I think's a crime. But Vast I'd been doing really well with them. Like I said, it is Christmas season, it's holiday season. A lot of people take things off. Colleges aren't in session. There's a lot of things that go on around the holidays. The demand is going to be lower in general. But up until this past week, my 3 3090s were rented consistently. Now the only one of the 3 that's rented is the one that's in there.
What would you pay? What would you pay for a 4090 right now? Actually,
I wouldn't. I'd buy a 5090. At least still.
Well,
I
mean, okay.
5090 for anywhere between 2,000 and 2,500, I'd be buying 5090s.
So, okay, but you can't really find those anymore. Like 3,000 is basically like you might if you're lucky, but the majority of the market is at $3,000.
Yeah.
So are you paying 2,300 for a 4090? Or are you paying $3,000?
So I mean, that's the problem is you're looking at, you shouldn't pay more than 2,000 maximum, probably closer to 1,800 for a 4090.
But here's the thing, right? So like, and I believe this, and if you don't feel free to disagree. But once people realize that 3,350 for an Astro is a good price, and they sell out, next time they come back in stock is $4,000. So if a 5090 is $4,000, what does a 4090 cost?
But hang on a second. So here's the thing. You're talking about two different things. What would I buy it for in order to run it on AI is one thing. Another thing is to say, buy up what you can because it's only going to go up. Now you're buying it for an investment and you can flip it later on.
It's the same. No, but it's the same thing. Like what I'm telling you is
it's not. It's different with what your intention is of it.
No, it's
Like,
not.
I'm not buying another 10 GPUs just to flip them.
But you would if they were but you could if you wanted to.
I could if I wanted to, but that wasn't the question. The question was 3090s, are they any good for AI or are they dead? No, they're good for AI. And then you asked me, well, how much would you pay for them to run on AI?
But we moved no. But then we moved on from the 3090s. Only went to the 4090s.
Right, to run on AI.
But the thing is, the 4090s price is linked to the 5090. 100% linked. They're linked, right? The 3090s, the 3090 is not linked to the 40 or 5090. Obviously, that will bring the price up, but I would argue that it's decoupled because it's not like I would argue that the 5090 and the 4090 are coupled together, and the 3090 is not.
Well, yeah, because the 4090 was significantly more powerful than the 3090. While the 5090 is marginally more powerful.
So like if we get a $4,000 5090, right? What does that take the 4090 to? Do you think like 2,600?
Probably. And for AI, I don't know if I'd pay that much for it.
I don't think I would either. Even AI and investments, because I think once you're at $2,600, you're not going to go much higher. But here's the interesting thing too. What I'm seeing too is nobody's selling their 4090s. Like if you look at eBay and you look at the amount of 4090s sold, because it's the only reference point we really have, it just keeps going down, which means people are just holding them.
So Rizzo asks, would you trade a 5070 for a 5060 Ti 16 gig if you had the chance? Well, that's a tricky question, because depending on the games that you're running and what your primary, to say gaming and AI, it's one or the other. You're not doing both. You really should be looking at, I suppose if you wanted to run Salad, I suppose, but pretty much you're doing one or the other. You're not doing both. So would I trade? I would definitely look for somebody that was looking to get a 5070.
You'll never do that trade. No one, no, you'd be stupid to do that. In gaming, so you're essentially what you'd be doing from gaming perspective. You would be trading a 4070 Ti for a 3080. Is what you're doing essentially as a gaming perspective.
Okay.
That's not a good trade.
Who's getting the worst end of the deal?
The person who's getting the 3080.
Right, but you're saying in this case it's like the 5060 Ti is the worst end of the deal.
Yeah, 100%.
No, okay. I thought you were saying the other way around.
No.
So no, I wouldn't. I would basically say you need to have the guy needs to throw a little bit of cash in there.
But you want to laugh. Guess what GPU I've been playing with? The 3080 20 gig. It's kind of fun.
Oh yeah, you told me about that.
So the crazy thing is the 3080 20 gig, right? When you pair it against a 3080 10 gig, okay, in 4K medium settings, it's the same. All right. When you go max settings in Cyberpunk 2077, the 20 gig card has a 25% performance uplift.
Oh, granted, no, that's the thing. So that's
crazy.
I know it depends on what you're gaming with and what you're willing to accept. You can get a higher frame rate with a 5070 under the correct settings because you're not maxing out your VRAM. But if you're in a position where you're gonna max out and you're gonna go above 12 gig, then your 5060 Ti at 16 gig is probably gonna perform just as good as the 5070.
So the difference is on those tests, the GPUs were exactly the same. The 4070, the 5070 is a lot better than the 5060 Ti. So like if you were gonna play,
you got 8 more lanes.
So if you're gonna play in a VRAM heavy game, the 5070 is still gonna win.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So like the reason that this test you're seeing the 25% uplift is it's the same GPU with more VRAM.
Right.
It's just like when you take the 5060 Ti 8 gig versus 16 gig, when you max out the VRAM, you're gonna see the performance uplift.
Right.
But like when you have a better card, the VRAM's not gonna save you. Like if you took a 56 and I'm gonna do this. If you took a 3080 20 gig versus like a 4080, right? The 4080 is gonna slaughter the 3080.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. What? I think Rabid wants you to come in. What? I don't know. So people were saying, Panda was saying if you should sell your 4090, and I would say that if you could sell your 4090 for 2,000 to 2,200, and you can buy 2,500 5090s because we're at this weird spot where you could still kind of get them, I would do it. I would upgrade for $300 from a 4090 to a 5090. 100%.
Now I'm curious. Rabbit streaming at this time of night?
Yeah, it's he's in Western Canada. Take
no, but
3
he
hours
never
off
streams
the
at
clock.
this time of night. Yeah, I guess he is streaming.
I mean,
Oh,
he's
because he's
crypto.
got a Zealous hard fork tonight. He's covering.
If you want to go join that, I'm out. I'm good. I don't care enough. Like I don't give a shit. Who cares about Zealous? The 18 people still mining it?
I don't know. He's got 81 people watching. He's got more people
Okay.
watching than me, that's for sure. But he's got more people. But now I'll probably talk a little bit more here.
Well, no, because I was gonna try to get you because I wanted to talk to you about stuff off stream. So like I'm trying to get you to end your stream so we can talk.
Okay.
That's
Let
all.
me go back to what I was looking at. Just want to make sure I covered everything I was going to cover.
So
Oh,
somebody
God.
said I'll read for you while you're doing that. I have a 5060 Ti 16 gig. I also have played on a 5070. The game performance varies per system. So I have not tested the two together. I probably will in the next week or two. So I can't say for sure, but the 5070 is definitely a better card than the 5060 Ti, 100%.
For gaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, not for AI.
No.
It's 5060 Ti is the better card for AI because of the VRAM.
Well, yeah, sure.
But yeah, after I'm done talking to Crute, I'll see if I jump over to Rabbit's stream if he wants me to come on. But only if Red Panda does too.
Oh shit. You guys have fun with that. I'm gonna go play Battlefield or an Arc Raiders or watch something. I don't know.
No,
Go get pizza.
I got so many videos that I have been really wanting to do. And what I learned last week, this is what I was going to talk about earlier. What I learned last week was when you are motivated to make something, there is nothing like doing it right then.
Why don't you?
Well, that's my point. So I have this, the community solar one. I've like written the outline and I just need to get some screenshots done and then go ahead and just ramble about it but I wanted it because I talked to somebody one of my one-on-ones. I talked to somebody about community solar and I just felt like I was rambling because there's like it's so confusing and I need to like delve it down into like these are the 3 things or the 5 things you need to know about community solar and why it's confusing and simplify it. And so that's what I have written the outline and now I just need to go ahead and tape it. So I'm going to tape that tomorrow.
Do you know what the brands want to see? Honestly, what brands want more than anything? They want regular content. I upload 4 to 5 videos a week. And it's a lot of work. But you know what makes me look real good? All of these fucking videos.
No, I know.
And like some of them are really low production value. Like some of them are high production value, but they're not all high.
This is what's interesting is the fact that a lot of the YouTubers have been talking about this, YouTube experts, but they've been seeing the trend. The trend is less edits. People want
they don't want it to look like it was AI written.
They want you to be real, and they don't mind the ums and the ahs as much, but to get to the point and be real. As opposed to, all of the jump cuts that you end up with. They don't want that. They don't want the read this line, jump cut, read this line. And they know the tricks. Everybody knows the tricks. The jump cuts are the zooms and the zoom back out. That's just covering up the jump cuts. Yeah. People don't want that anymore. They want a consistent take.
Yeah,
and
I do.
So that's why I'm trying to become more prepared.
I film 3 takes. I do 3 takes. I do a beginning, a middle, and an end. And one of them gets filmed over. And you know how long it takes to edit a 3-take video? 30 minutes.
And mine take a little bit longer because I usually I'm getting used to Descript, but there's the ability to like change the layout within it and then put in pictures. I usually don't do B-roll. And I could, but I don't do B-roll. I will take like the video and leave my picture there and then bring in either a graphic or more of a presentation with text or a picture or something like that. I'll bring in that's obviously relevant to what I'm talking about. So yeah, that's what I've been doing with a lot of these educational videos. So
do you know what people also like? The best thing you could do for editing to make your life easier is so I like the 1 take. So what I'll do is, so if I'm talking, right, I'm like, hey guys, Crewman here. So this is what we're talking about. Like if I can't get the thought, I just don't talk, right? So if I have like a 30-minute long video to edit and like you're in like DaVinci and you see no words, like you see no sound on like a 5-minute clip, just cut it. It's the easy, like you just go and like, so you just literally leave it rolling and you just don't talk.
No, I've done that. The problem is that's still a jump cut and people see it. And they want the consistency of a single thought going through it. So my point is I'm working at doing those types of videos, which are quicker to edit and they're quicker to do. You just have to get into a rhythm and get
But it's not a jump cut if you're still talking. Like if it doesn't look like you're reading from a script, if you're just like gathering your thoughts and like sure you have like a jump cut, but if you're still just talking naturally, because like I finally perfected like the script reading and like the editing, and people are like, we don't want this. I'm like, what the fuck? I just spent so long getting good at this. And
yeah,
like
they still can tell you're reading a script. I'm getting away from that because it does slow down the process. I'm trying to make sure that I have a really good outline, that I follow the outline.
yeah,
The
that's
other
what I've
thing
been
that I've
doing.
noticed good YouTubers do as well is, you have your calls to action. Obviously, I'll be doing, the coaching calls within the video, is to have a pre-recorded section
Yeah,
where
I do
you
that all the time.
no, I
Yeah.
know, but I haven't. I've just been doing the
Wow.
call to action each time during the video.
No, you
So
just
I
throw
need
it
to
in.
get to the point where I'm doing that. But anyway, um,
Repetition is key for those things to work.
yeah, exactly. So, but anyway, alrighty, guys. Nobody, oh, hang on a second. Groupman and Max, where do you all sell your Octaspace? Not many options for us in the US. I haven't sold any of my Octaspace that I made while I was in Octaspace, so I haven't really looked into it. I've just been hanging on to it. I didn't make that much when I was on Octaspace, so it's not that big of a deal.
The
I
Canadian
used to
government
sell it.
seized all mine.
I used to sell it on. Oh shoot, what was the one that went under?
Trade Ogre.
No, not that one. The one before that.
The X Giggy.
Yeah, Zegex is what I called it.
Whatever the hell. It's called.
Yeah, I used to sell it on that. But yeah, right now I'm just holding it on Tangent.
Yeah, it's all done.
So, but now, well, hang on a second. Let me look up. I don't know if you can sell it on Swap Space.
I don't think you can sell it on any American exchange because that's why I didn't really.
Well,
this
isn't an exchange. It's a swap. It's different.
I didn't see anywhere you could move it.
So let's see if they have it on here. Octaspace. Oop. I mean, there's Octa. Yeah, Octa is an ERC20. So yeah, I would say you want to do
Oh, that's
Swap
good.
Space.
Trade. Okay,
What was
that
that?
changes things. No, I mean that changes things if you can move it in the US.
Yeah, you can. It's like I said, you do it through SwapSpace. Swapspace.co. Like I even have an affiliate link. I don't even know where it is though. I love SwapSpace. I've used it numerous times. So check that out. Hopefully that helps. That was Crypto MB. Retro Mike Tech said Safe Trade has Octa. That's where I traded. Okay, thanks, Retro Mike. Appreciate it. Oh, it's an ERC wrapped token, not native Octa. Okay, well then Safe Trade's the place to do it. So good. Thanks for correcting me, Retro Mike. I appreciate that. Hate to send somebody off in the wrong direction. Anyone know where I can sell Bitcoin Classic besides mining Dutch? I have no idea.
I mine Doge.
Crypto MB, you mean
and
thanks,
Bitcoin.
Retro Mike. Retro Mike Tech.
Doge and Bitcoin are the only things I mine anymore. Nothing else.
Well, it's not mining. This is you're doing AI, but you're deploying.
No. I
Octaspace.
have heater miners. I have home mine. I have
No, I know. But I'm saying is that the Octaspace, what he's talking about is not mining. He's talking
it's the
about
rental.
if you're doing it on you're selling AI basically.
Yeah.
Or GPU rentals. But yeah, same issue with not quite as bad. Flux, there's a little bit more. I do whenever I do Flux, I do swap space. If I'm gonna trade Flux for any reason, I do it through Kraken, but Kraken only has the Ethereum parallel asset, the Flux parallel asset on Ethereum. So if you want to take that, move it to whatever whether it's Zelcore or the SSP wallet, and then you have to then spend more in order to get it transferred from the parallel asset into the native asset. Just a pain in the butt. So anyway, but Any last questions before I let you go? What Chris Seeker says $50. What was $50? Oh, are you saying like exchange it plus $50? That
I
might
wouldn't.
be close. I think it's like more like 100, but I'm not sure. I haven't looked at the prices. Yeah, able to add the 5090 to the card for $24.99. Yeah, that sounds about right. Like I said, I know that I just bought for $24.99. I bought a MSI
Anything under 25,
Trio.
I would buy.
Yeah.
For me personally, I can get them for 2 pretty regularly, so I have a hard time spending extra $400. But I would, like, if you don't have any or you want to get into it now, I would.
Oh, the other thing I was going to mention tonight was while we're waiting for any last questions to come in, was it's been a little challenging to manage the power in the basement. I've been trying to get the power strip, basically the shoot, why can I not think of it? I'm
PDU?
the one that does the grow tent fans, and I can't think of the name of the company. Jesus, well, hang on, I'll get it in a second. AC Infinity. I'm trying to get it to work with the actual built-in sensor that's at the floor level, which is going to be a much lower temperature. That's what I want to base my fans on, not based on what the hot aisle is, because that's going to get a much better indication as to how cold it is in the basement. And right now at the floor level, it's 68 degrees, but at the bottom of the hot aisle, and I say hot aisle, it's basically directly behind the rack, but at the higher levels, it's like 90 degrees. So it's a 22 degree gap between the floor level and higher up behind the rack. So I'm having to continually manage the temperature like at the top of the rack and say, okay, I want it to go to 92 or 94 degrees, or back it down to like 88 or 86 or 84 degrees, depending on what the temperature is outside.
If you want AC Infinity fans, I've got some that are sitting in my attic. I'll give you a good deal on them. And ducking and everything.
No, I mean, this isn't about that. This is about the AC Infinity power strip controlling the fans I have. Whether they're AC Infinity fans or not, it doesn't matter. This is just about controlling it. And the problem is that the AC Infinity app does not trigger the fans based upon the floor temperature, the built-in. If you plug in another sensor, it's going to base it upon that sensor. That's the way it's built.
Yeah, but isn't that what you want?
If I unplug that other sensor, then it will trigger at the floor level. But then the problem is that I won't be able to know what the temperature is at the at the higher level of the rack, which I want to be able to see that. So anyway, it's just been a little bit of a juggling act. Like I said, right now it's at 90 degrees at the top of the behind the rack, and then 68 degrees at the bottom. So yeah, been interesting. It's going to get a little bit colder tonight. Be single digits tonight, like around 4 degrees, 3 degrees, something like that.
I have my gold shell Doge miner mining right now. I need heat so bad.
Okay. Yeah. Then next week it's supposed to get up to like 50 degrees. So it's going to be a bit warmer next week. So yeah, then I'll have to reopen one of the windows down in the basement. So yeah, it's just a little bit of a challenge this time of year as far as managing airflow and shutting it off when it gets really cold and then opening it back up when it's not cold anymore.
I hear that. Think we're good?
Yeah, I think so. I was just looking at what Swamp 7 said. Did you ever talk to him about
the networking? Yeah, we spoke.
Okay.
I think I am gonna go Ubiquity. I'm gonna pick your brain really in Vegas because like everything's just on the shed, and now that the shed's starting, I'll end up doing a bunch of content on that. I'm gonna try to get some of it sponsored. We'll see how it goes. But if it honestly, like, if I don't get any of it sponsored, I'll just pay the money and get it done with, so I can just start. Because I really want to get my AI farm start going before February 1st is the goal. Because it's just all off in parts right now because it's just, So.
Yep. Man, maybe we could go visit Ubiquity together and be like, hey, he's got a project and I'm going to help him with it.
Yeah.
So we'll
Are they
have it on
there?
both of our channels.
Are they there?
I believe so, but I'm not positive.
We'll have to look. All right.
We'll have to look. So, alrighty, guys. Well, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. Wow, it still ends up being almost 2.5 hours. I'm gonna head over. Hang on a second. Can I fix this? Can I change the stream to?
I need to
go
pick
over
your brain
Rabbit?
for like 30 minutes.
No.
like 15
I'm
minutes.
trying. Hang on a second.
Oh, you're dumping. You can dump people into rabbits, but you had.
No,
to
I know,
done
but
that.
I have to edit it, and I'm trying to remember how to edit it
Oh.
from here. Let me see. I can't do it there. I can't do it there. Can't do it there. Oh, that is bizarre. I didn't know you could do this in the live studio. I could actually tag products live. I did not know I could do that.
Rizzo, my mini Doge 3 is actually on right now. I need heat so bad.
Yeah, I'm not seeing a way within the live. If I go to, no, that's channel level settings. Anybody else, any other YouTubers like Panda, do you know how to do that? Or Retro Mike, do you know how to do it like in the middle of it?
You had to do it beforehand, as far as I know.
No, I know you can do it in it. It's just a matter of I probably have to go outside of the live. Add stream marker, share. No, it's definitely not there. All right, let me. I should be able to do it over here. I think. Maybe. Customization. Yes, discard changes. I don't need that. Redirect. Here it is. From other channels. There we go. All right. You guys will be sent to Rabbit Stream as soon as this is finished. So again, thanks you guys for being here. And
Thanks
as
for having
always, no tabs were harmed in the making of this live stream.
Oh,
Have a good night,
blew up
everybody.
about 4 of them.
What was that?
4 tabs died in my computer.
Man, that's not cool.
Time to reset the ocean number is 0. Back to 0, buddy.
Right. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Now I'm back to 0. Jeez. All right. Have a good night, everybody.